Welcome to this no fluff guide to vibe coding. I'm going to teach you how to prototype, deploy, and user test your production-ready application. So if this is something you're interested in as a designer or a maybe product manager, this is for complete beginners. So if you are interested, stay with me and I promise you will learn something. Thank you. So what can you expect from this series? The first episode is going to be about setup. So we will get Node.js and Next.js setup for you. The second episode is going to be about Cursor. So set up user rules, project rules, and memories in Cursor. The third episode is going to be about GitHub, just basics. So creating first repository and making a first commit. Then the next episode is going to be actually us using Cursor to build a front end. We will probably build an entire app together. We will move on then to very easy deployment using AWS Amplify. We will use that deployment to do very, very early user validation. After that, we will move to team collaboration. I'm going to show you how to collaborate on one repository with multiple people. And the last episode, I'm expecting to go a little bit beyond basics. So we will look at QA, good practices, setting up linting so we can catch errors pretty early on. So if this sounds very interesting to you, I welcome you to the first episode. I hope you enjoy it. Leave a comment if you want to see something more or if you have any questions. Thank you. Today, we will focus on setting up our Next.js application, running Tailwind CSS and ShadCN component library. If you are someone using other tools for vibe coding, like Figma Make, Lovable, v0.dev, or Firebase Studio, all of these applications use the same technology as Next.js, ShadCN, and Tailwind that we will be using today to generate the prototypes. Next.js is also used by very famous companies like Sonos, Nike, GoDaddy, and Claude. To be able to run any Next.js application on your local machine, we will need a JavaScript runtime library. I'm going to put a link in the description below where to go. Once you navigate to the page, all you have to do is find the installer button here. I am running a Windows operating system, so I'm going to pick Windows, the architecture, and then hit Windows installer. That is going to ask me to install the application locally. Once it downloads, I'm going to go through the process of installing it, and it needs to be done only once. We pick a location. You can leave every single thing here as default. We can just leave all the options as default as well and just hit next. Don't tick the checkbox here and then hit next as well and install. This might take a while, so I'm going to speed up this process. Okay, so the process has finished. You just click finish. So now let's move on to setting our Next.js application. So the next thing that we have to do is run this command in our terminal. But before we do, let me actually show you what we will get. So what we will be using is the Next.js framework, a very modern approach to building web applications, and also a very, very, very popular one. The second thing that we'll be using is ShadCN components. ShadCN is also very, very popular. There's a few reasons. It is awesome looking. It is very customizable as well. So you can change pretty much anything you want about this component library. It comes with many components already built for us, also with the functionality. The other thing that we will be adding is Tailwind CSS, specifically the version 4. The Tailwind CSS and its utility classes is going to help us style our website. I'm going to put the commands in the description of this video, but if you would like to explore the documentation from ShadCN, please do. There's a lot that you can learn from the documentation. You can come to this page and just copy this npx command to your clipboard. And then once you open your cursor, I am assuming that you already have cursor and you do have an account. All you have to do now is open a folder on your local machine. So I am going to open project, which is going to be here. If you don't see a terminal here at the bottom, let's say cursor opens in this kind of a way for you, or maybe even like this. All you have to do is go to the menu at the top, click on terminal, new terminal. One thing to pay attention to is where this is pointing towards to. So this should say that folder that you have picked from your local machine. So all I'm going to do is just paste that command and hit enter. And this is going to initialize a ShadCN component library. It's going to initialize Next.js and also Tailwind CSS for us. So it has recognized that there is no Next.js application yet in our folder. So it's asking us if we would like to install one. And you just have to follow my guidance here. Just pick the first option, just Next.js, not the monorepo version, and hit enter. Then you can name your application just by typing the name of application. Don't try to backspace or remove what you see on the screen. Just start typing the name. I'm going to call it Vibe and hit enter. Now it's creating the Next.js application for us. And if you look on the right-hand side over here, it has created a new folder called Vibe. This is the name I have given for my application. And it's already creating folders and files. Don't get intimidated by it. It is actually very easy, and it is very unlikely you have to interact with many of these while vibe coding. Okay, so the next step is ShadCN is asking us which base color we would like to use. That doesn't really matter. You can pick any. Now it's checking registry. It's updating the CSS, which is the global.css file. And yes, so that is done. The next step for us is to actually change the directory to the Vibe one. So I'm going to minimize as much the use of terminal because it's can be intimidating. It's not that user-friendly. So cd, which is change directory, and then Vibe means that I am going to be now into how-to folder and a subfolder called Vibe. And the next command, which is going to be used a lot by you, is the one npm run dev. It is going to start our Next.js 15. So as you can see, this is the version of the Next.js application. Local means that this is running currently on your local host, and it is ready for us to actually navigate and see. And you can do it in two ways. You can hold on Windows, at least hold Control and click. It's going to open your browser, or you can navigate to localhost and port 3000. I'm just gonna hold Control and click. It's going to open my Chrome browser and load our Next.js application. So this is currently running locally. It is showing an SVG, which is just the logo. It is also stating that this page exists in the folder called app, and the page name is called page. So this is pretty much it. For now, it is that easy to get Next.js application running locally. I'm going to put the most common terminal commands that you can use and you will most likely be using in the description below this video. The one for you to remember today is the npm run dev, which is going to start the server. The other one, which is very useful, is using the arrow keys on your keyboard. If you press the up arrow, it's going to cycle through the history of all the commands that you've used. And if you press the arrow down, it's going to go in the other direction. This is very useful. It means that you don't have to type the commands every single time you need one. So I can just scroll through the one that I'm using, that I would like to see, and then just hit enter.